all of us were babies at one point in life. So that means that there was a time when each one of us didn't know how to walk. So what happens when we're taking our first steps? Our parents are like, almost when we fall, and then we learn how to walk. I started off talking about taking our first steps and how almost is said to us because there's times where almost does count. There's times people say almost doesn't count, but sometimes it does. I think about stories that my grandfather tells me about when he was working and he had the opportunity to move to Chicago. He could have got a promotion. He said, I almost did it. And like my mom would just like take it in one ear and out the other. But to me, it stays with me. Because it's like, okay, if they would have moved to Chicago when my mom was 3, would she ever met my dad? Would I still have the same soul, or would I even still have the same chance to live life? Or even later on, my mom grew up and my dad and her met at a birthday party. I'm like, wow, it's the butterfly effect. Think about when you get so frustrated that you almost cuss a person out, or you almost hit a person, or you almost quit a job or on your team. Being able to stay with it and meet that resistance and not do it is just as good as going 100%, because that's another example of when almost does count. So the reason why I brought that to our attention today is because we hear so much about going 110% at everything we do. They say the way you do anything is how you do everything. And that's very true for most situations. But there's times where you have to listen to yourself and know, okay, I almost made a bad decision and I'm glad I didn't. So this is just an example of when they say take things with a grain of salt and listen to yourself and know when you're making the right decision just because you don't give 100%. This has been the Lance Stance. Thank you.